And his opponent standing across the cage, hiding out of the red corner. He enters to cage with a mixed martial arts record of 5 victories and 8 defeats, representing NFA, Danny Williams. The referee in charge of action, Mr. Dean Weir.
Lightweight action about to get underway in the amateur division here at FCC 17. Junior Morgan in the white trunks, Danny Williams in the white with black trim. We've seen a lot of both of these guys, Jez, previously on FCC, both incredibly game fighters, always evolving.
So
Williams taking a cautious approach, Jez, to start this one off.
I was about to say, both patiently measuring each other up, aren't they, really? This initial stage. That comes down to that time in the cage. Both guys clocking up a fair amount of time now, well into their amateur careers.
Yeah, Williams, the more experienced of the two when it comes to cage time. You'd have to say a fairly substantial physical advantage for Junior Morgan, though. Massive amount of height and reach, and we're seeing that he's using that push kick to the body just to keep Williams out of range, keep him guessing. And what that means is Williams has to step in before he can strike, which gives Morgan ample opportunity to counter if he needs it. Let's expect to see that more and more as this fight goes on, Jez. Williams having to move forward. Junior Morgan just keeping him on his toes with those long straight push kicks.
Yeah, certainly Danny Williams recognising the threat, the reach advantage that Morgan has.
Well, it changes everything fighting an opponent who's that much taller. The angle of your punches, the stance, a head kick from the shorter man there. Goes to the well again with that one, does Danny Williams.
Flexibility on show from Danny Williams. Get up to that height.
Yeah, expect the unexpected. Oh, goes for a flying knee, and a right hand behind it. Junior Morgan looking to tie him up against the cage, though. Morgan looking to fish out that neck. We see Brendan Loughnane in the corner there, shouting for that guillotine.
Yeah, the action right here in front of us. Morgan not quite able to get that.
If Morgan can straighten his back and just use his height and leverage to crank that standing guillotine.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get the guillotine, but he's certainly applying a lot of pressure, cranking that neck. But he's had to release, yeah. He wasn't quite deep enough there, wasn't able to get that arm right round underneath the chin. And once again, Danny Williams applying pressure, keep him busy.
Morgan using the underhook well, though, to control his man. Needs to look to turn him off the cage. Doesn't really have enough room to land anything of significance with those knees. Williams just chasing that takedown, and with just seconds to go, perhaps a little bit of a fruitless, expensive energy there from Danny Williams.
I think the key word there is cautious, I would have to say, to describe that first round, Brad. Both fighters recognising the threat and not willing to overcommit, but not a lot of action, really.
We've seen both these guys in there before. They're both fairly patient guys.
Yeah, they are.
We've seen them both fight more as counter fighters, but yeah, we've seen them both win and we've seen them both lose. And they're obviously both at the point in their amateur careers where they're thinking about turning pro, and they both want to end their amateur career on a high note. So perhaps a little bit more cautious approach to the contest than usual.
And I think you definitely see that from their records so far. You know, both keen to really add that win here at FCC, because that will do them a huge amount. And like I said, they are both on the brink of being at pro level, really, aren't they?
Absolutely. Junior Morgan now, he recently switched camps, fighting out of All Powers MMA, and those guys at All Powers really are building up a very, very healthy stable of fighters. And of course we can see Brendan Loughnane, Kane Musa, both former regular faces on FCC, and then of course on BAMA as well. Lockname recently teased a big fight signing for himself. Tonight he's on coaching duties, looking to lead Junior Morgan to the win. Morgan though taking the back there beautifully.
That's very nice technique there. Danny Williams was going for that leg, going for that single. Morgan recognised the threat, hopped over, and now he's in a dominant position and very early on in the second.
Absolutely, Jez. He's managed to loop that arm around the neck and looking for the big squeeze here. He's got it over the face of Williams so far, which is not a choke, but very painful, very uncomfortable, and looking to sneak it under the jaw.
Yeah, and he's doing that. I think he might almost be there. Not far from it. Williams.
Very, very tight, clamped over the jaw, and still affects the breathing. Very painful, very uncomfortable position to be in. Just looking to snake his other hand behind the head and apply a little bit more pressure. Williams looking to punch his way out.
Dangerous though that is, Brad. You're really leaving yourself open, but he's done well. He's worked it to effect. However, it's not over yet.
Immediately drops back, and Junior Morgan again trying to fish out that rear naked choke. And
this time
the arm position from Williams here not great. He needs to be fighting the wrists.
Yeah.
Otherwise he's going to go out, and he does. There's the submission.
Junior Morgan locks in the body triangle, locks in the rear naked choke, and it was only a matter of time. Great display from him, and he'll be really, really pleased with that performance tonight here.
Yeah, a lot to look back on and learn from for both these young men. Williams, you know, he just needs to short that submission defense a little bit, but Junior Morgan looking very promising in there tonight, Jez. Started out a little bit slow, like you said, but came out all guns blazing in the second and picked up a big submission win here at FCC 17.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, at a time of 1 minute, 32 seconds of the second round, your winner by rear naked choke in the blue corner, Junior Morgan. And let's hear for his opponent, let's hear for Danny Williams. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a few people celebrating their birthday with us tonight.